Because why not throw something entirely new into the mix that you have no stickers for and no clue if it's actually going to work for you? Hi everyone, it's Kate. Welcome back to my channel. All right, this is new. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I feel compelled to use this planner, but here we are. Let's talk about it. Usually around this time of year, I am doing a planner lineup video for the next year. I honestly don't remember if I did one for 2023 or not. I might not have, but generally that's what I do on this channel, like every other YouTuber or planner YouTuber in the world. Usually my planner stack is like this high and has, you know, at least 4 or 5 different planners for different purposes. Maybe not this year for the first time. Not for the first time. I've done catch-alls and like Franken planners and things like that many times before, but this is different. So let's talk about it and let's do a little bit of planning as well. This is, so you can't even see the cover because I have it in, actually let me take it out of this because I want to actually show you guys this cover afterwards too. Hold on, I saw a trick for this. Bear with me. Okay. This is a Hobonichi cousin. Why do I need one of these? I don't know. Why do I feel compelled to use one? I don't know. I can't even answer that. I've just been thinking about it ever since I started making stickers for it earlier this year, and I haven't even made that many stickers for it, but I don't know, they're just cute and little and I like it. I have used Hobonichi products before. If you've been around this channel for a while, you know that in 2020 I used this big old Hobo Weeks planner. It started out as my catch-all planner and on-the-go kind of thing, and then obviously the world shut down and it became a little bit more of a memory keeper in the end, and it worked. I just shifted its purpose and all was well. I did not use one in 2021, 2022, or 2023 because as I got closer and closer to the back of it, it was just that much harder to plan in. And again, like still at the end of 2020, no one was going anywhere in Canada. So there really wasn't, I have, okay, hair everywhere. I didn't need it. So I didn't get one. I haven't used one for the last 3 years. But I'm not new to the Tomoe River paper, to, you know, the feel of it, all of that stuff. And I don't mind it. As much as I love like a good thick paper, I don't mind it. The other thing that appealed to me about this planner was that number one, so it's A5, which is my my favorite size of planner. And number two, it has monthly, weekly, and daily all in one. And I know we've all seen 100 of these, but it manages to do that in still, you know, without being enormous, right? Until you sticker it up. I get it. So I got one this year. It's just in a clear cover that I got on Temu, and I'm going to pop a picture up if I can remember of what the cover looked like when I got it, because it was mangled all to hell, and I guess just having it on the planner has smoothed most of it out. It's not perfect. There's like, that's a dent. It looks kind of dirty, but it's actually a dent in the cover, but I really just got it to sort of protect it a little bit more in the bigger cover. So here's what I'm thinking for this year. I have not consistently used my planner since July when I started my new job, because 99% of what I do for work, I just like to have more of a record than what I can get into, you know, even in a daily spread. I am very much like I document out each little task of what of, you know, of a bigger project or task that I'm doing, because I need to know exactly from day to day where I left off, what I did the day before, what am I waiting for from other people, etc. What are my next steps when I hear back from people, all of that stuff. So I haven't consistently used a planner at all because work has been like, you know, the biggest part of my week, and I've just been doing it digitally. That said, I feel like the last well, especially the last 2 months or so, I feel like I never have any idea what's in my calendar. And part of that is that I got a new computer in the summer, and it is not a Mac. It's a PC, and I use an iPhone. So iCloud and PC are just, an extra headache to sync that I don't like. So I don't really do it all that well. And then because I don't have my computer or my calendar on my computer easily, I just don't look at it. So far I haven't missed anything, but I feel like it's only a matter of time, and I keep getting like surprised by things, and I don't like that. So I think I need at least like a weekly spread that I can keep open on my desk with a very broad overview of the week, and just know, from day to day what's coming up. The monthly view, I like monthly views. I tend to plan ahead in them, get them laid out, get them all set up, and then I know what's coming up and I can just add to it as I go. The dailies. Okay, so the dailies, I don't know if they're going to get used every single day. I want a bit of a I want a journal. And I want a bit of a creative journal. So I do want to sticker this somewhat. I'm okay with not using every day, because sometimes I just don't need to. And then some days I might need, an actual daily plan or a to-do list. And that might be just what this is. I think one of the things that has kept me from being consistent with a daily journal, believe it or not, is when that journal is on discs or like rings or anything like that, because I never keep more than, a month or two on the discs at a time, because I don't want a planner that's like, this big. And so I like stack the used sheets on a shelf, intending to put them all together at the end of the year, and then I either don't, or I have to find another set of discs, and it's just a whole thing. I do like that it's fully contained the whole year in here. I can use it or not use it. I think I will probably end up using it more than not using it, but I don't know for sure. I think that because it's all bound together. Yeah, so that's where we are. This might be the only planner that I use in 2024. Having said that, I do also have this, and I don't know why I thought I needed both. I still don't know why. This is going to be, I know for a fact, this is going to be just pen. Whatever I do in it is just going to be pen, because stickering this planner up, it looks like this at the end of the year, and it is incredibly hard to write in when you get close to, like midway through the year, basically. I like the way it looks and feels now that it's all done. And that's the other thing, is like, I want to just like rough it up a little bit. I like that this paper gets like that. So I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I have it. We'll find a use. If you saw my video in the summer about my food journal, that was a 6-month planner, and that actually, I don't know why I'm yawning all of a sudden. That actually ends at the end of this year. So maybe it'll be that. That would be kind of convenient. I have a whole bunch of like specialist appointments coming up in the new year that I feel like will require a lot of notes and probably tracking and things like that. So you know what? Maybe that's what this will be. It'll be an easy one to take with me to every appointment. So look at that. You guys just helped me, without knowing, figure out what I'm going to use that for. So that'll be for another day. We'll come back to that one. Maybe I'm not going to sticker it, so I don't know how much it'll be on this channel. Even the one I am stickering, I don't know how much it'll be on this channel, because I have not been good about making videos lately. It's been a whirlwind of 6 months, but in the best way possible for 90% of it. I'm going to talk about a little bit about the 10% as we get into this. The last thing I want to do, so what we're going to do today, let me talk about that. What we're going to do today is plan out December. So this planner, the monthlies start in December. The weeklies don't start until January, which is a bummer, because in the Hobonichi weeks, you get the full, like the last week of November and all of December in the weeklies. And I'm like really itching to jump in. However, like I said before, I don't actually have any stickers for this planner other than like the few full box sets that I did. So no weekly kits, nothing. I think I've bought a couple. So it's probably for the best. I will use the rest of December. I'm filming this on the 10th, by the way. So we're already almost halfway through the month, but I need to plan the month because my brain is not going to contain all of this information for me. So I will, come January, have some kind of weekly kit for the Hobonichi Cousin. The other exciting part is that because I am using this planner, I will be designing a lot more for it, and so there will be more stickers for it in the shop. Caveat, if you have not seen my Instagram post from sometime in November with the shop update, please go check that out. Why am I yawning? I mean, it's almost 11, but we are doing this no matter what. My husband's at his work Christmas party right now, and I really wanted to get this done while it's quiet in the house. So here's hoping. So that's what we're going to do. But yes, go read the update. That's not the summary of it is that I am currently transitioning from offering both physical and printable product to just printables, at least for the time being. It may not be forever. I may do pop-up shops with physical product from time to time. But the job that I started in the summer has gotten busier, and it's become my primary focus. And at this point, I don't have the time, and I don't have the brain power to do physical sales. So having said that, all of the in-stock, like the stuff I have on hand in stock in the shop, is on like clearance blowout, like 75% off. So if you want some really great deals on stickers, go check that out. It's all on the website. Okay. One more thing before I jump into the plan with me. I showed you this cover at the beginning of the video. This, there are like a billion different covers for this size notebook. However, a lot of them are really expensive, and the ones I like the colors of were really expensive. However, I found this one on Amazon for $20. Now, one thing, it was not originally made for a notebook. It was a rings notebook. And I watched a tutorial or two and thought I could do that. And I practiced it on an old Recollections A5 rings that I had, and it worked. And I thought, I'm going to get one of these and I'm going to turn it into like just pockets. And I did. And it was really easy. And it was literally $20. And it comes in, I think, 5 different colors, or 5 colors that I liked. And I'm probably going to get them all at some point over time because I want to be able to switch them out. But that's literally all this is. It's super soft. It's like vegan leather. I will link both the Canadian and American sites down below. No affiliate links. I can't. I don't know. I can never get that set up properly. But just if you're looking for one, I will also link the tutorial that I followed to do it. However, to take the rings out. However, it's so easy. You literally just have to like crush you can't save the rings. That's one thing. You have to just like crush the little like thing that comes through, and then it just pops off. And then you do have these holes. You could put something through them like string if you wanted to, but they don't bother me at all. So that's the cover that I'm using. I love it. And that is that. Okay. I am 16 something minutes into this video and I haven't put a sticker down, and I haven't even talked about what stickers I'm using. So let's do that. All right. Here is a new product that is going into the shop soon. Obviously the ones in the shop will not have all of these scripts on them, but I decided to add mine just to make it a little bit more cohesive, and because I like the look of it. So a new Hobo Cousin monthly. This will also be available in all of the sizes eventually, but I started with this one because I needed a December monthly. So this is what we're going to use. The one in the shop will also have like the date covers, but I decided, at least for now, I don't think I want to do that because I just don't want the ridge in my planner. So let's do some planning. I also I made this sheet of just white stitched functionals for it that I can pull in if I need to, but I don't think I will need to right now because there are quite a few on here that I probably won't even need to use. All right, so pray for me because I know not what I do in this planner. And we're just going to hope that it works out. I printed this on unicorn paper because I want it to be as thin as possible. And I don't want, like, I mean, the planner is going to get crazy thick anyway. Let's not make it any worse than it needs to be, basically. So let's see if we can do this. I can't stand how risky it is in this on this paper to like bunch everything up, but you know what, it happens eventually, and we're just gonna go with it. If it happens, it happens. Okay, so hold on, is this right? Nope, I was already about to do it wrong. So let me see if I can catch you up. So July to, I think I did a few Plan With Me's in August maybe, but July through September were basically like a whirlwind of exhaustion. I was so tired just because I was using my brain in different ways, in the best way possible. I really enjoy my job. And I am delighted that it has gone to basically full time. But it has been quite an adjustment, because if you remember from my video in the summer, it basically happened like overnight. So that's been a thing, but it's going really well. I don't know how much I shared of like the actual role itself when I talked about it at first in the summer. I am working for a company in Texas, and I was actually supposed to be there right now because I was going to go down for why am I struggling with this so much? I was going to go down for our Christmas dinner, and then, oh dear, oh no, okay, actually that went down all right. And then, no it didn't, at the beginning of October, we decided that remote learning, which our daughter has been doing since the pandemic, is no longer really working. Oh, how cute is that? Okay, that went down all right, I think. No longer really working. They changed the format here this year, and it's just not a great fit. So we started the transition back to school. It's a slow transition. It's not complete until second semester starts in February. So it's a very like soft transition, which is good. But that was a whole thing, involved teaching my very directionally challenged daughter how to take the city bus on her own. That's been a thing. It's going well though. So there's that. Then at the end of October, Tinkerbell, the older of our two Frenchies, got an ulcer on her left eye that we think happened. My mom's dog was staying here, and we think she might have punched her, scratched her. Well, they were like, tussling. So we treated that. We had drops, and this was just drops. And some painkillers for about a week or 10 days. It cleared up. And then the day that the treatment was done for that, she developed an ulcer on her right eye. And I know exactly how she got that one because she was playing like a maniac, and she slides into things quite often. And it was right after she had been playing that she started like squinting, and I just thought, oh, I know what that means. So back to the vet we go to get, oh, that's wrong, to get more antibiotics for the other eye, but this one would not clear up. And it was like the first, I think it was the 8th of November when this happened. And 3 weeks later, it had not cleared up and was like getting worse and worse and worse. It got infected, and it was honestly a bit of a nightmare. And in the end, we couldn't treat it, and she lost her eyesight in that eye. And then because of that, we we had been referred to an ophthalmologist and we were waiting for that. But as soon as I realized that she had lost her sight, like she was in so much pain from this, and I just felt like absolutely horrible. So as soon as I realized that she had lost her sight, I just said, no, like we're not going to try to like save her eye anymore if she can't see anything. So we decided to go ahead with having her eye removed. She was on morphine and it wasn't like touching the pain at all, if that gives you like any indication of just how painful it was. And so the day that I realized like her eyesight was gone, like it broke me. Like I was so upset about it. No, I was upset that she was still in so much pain and it was for nothing, right? Basically. So we immediately like started to make plans for her surgery, and that was a Friday, and they weren't going to be able to do it until the following Thursday, and she was just in so much pain. And so our breeder got us into her vet. Okay, first, can I just interrupt? This is so cute already. Like, I'm kind of obsessed with how cute these stickers are. Go me. Is basically what I'm saying, right? So where was I? Yes, she got us into her vet on the Monday. So on the 27th, Tink and I went to her vet. Now her vet is an hour and a half away in the country. So we went down, and literally on like no notice too. Like they were like, yeah, we can see her. Can you be here in an hour and a half? And it takes an hour and a half to get there. So I literally just like threw Tink in the car and like sped down there. Up there, it's north of here, and they examined her. They said yes, like immediately, yeah, her eye needs to come out. It's a very infected, like this is not good, so we will take it out. I sat in their parking lot for like 6 hours waiting for her to be finished, because it was an hour and a half away. I wasn't going to come home. Meanwhile, the weather is deteriorating around me, and like it was just so not good. And when we left finally, they were they actually were about to say like that they wanted to keep her overnight, and I was like, okay, but there's literally a blizzard, like if this freak blizzard is coming right now, and I've been sitting in your parking lot for 5 hours. And they were like, oh, okay, no, she can go home, that's fine. So they released her, and we got literally 10 feet up the road, and I knew we were not going to get home that night. And I drove, okay, sorry, everybody came in. So drove literally the scariest, like 2 kilometers up the road, pulled over, said there's no way that this is happening. Like texted my husband and said, there's no way we're getting home. Like this is brutal. I'm going to have to like just hunker down for the night and wait until daylight. That was literally only 6 p.m. at this point. So I was going to be there a long time, but I could not see anything. And so meanwhile, like I'm starting to come up with a plan of like, okay, she's still like kind of out of it in the back seat, but she's going to need food at midnight to take her painkillers. And all right, there's a sub place across the road. Maybe I can get some cheese for her before because the snow, there wasn't that much snow on the ground at that point. It was just blowing and like coming down so hard. So I could have gone across the street to get cheese, but yeah, just a whole thing. And I was also, I know I'm all over the place with the story. I was also extremely emotional the whole day because Tink had been in so much pain and I felt so bad. And I just, like, it was like a huge release. Like we knew that the pain from the surgery was going to be so much less than the pain that her eye was causing her, which like that is an indication, right, of like just how bad it was. So yeah, it was a whole thing. Bottom line is that, so I'm going to skip the whole rest of the story. So as I'm sitting there, I realized that my husband's parents, his mom and stepdad, live like 20 minutes from there in good weather. And I thought, okay, well, I wonder if I could actually get there instead. Like I could wait for a break in the weather and then like zip on down there. And so my husband's like, well, I'll call them and see. And they were like, yes, of course, you guys can come here. And so I said, okay, I'll wait for a break and then I'll like basically make a run for it. And like a miracle, the snow suddenly stopped and I booked it and got there quite quickly. And they had, a spare bed waiting for us. They had home cooked chicken for Tink. Like it was so sweet. They were really our heroes. So we didn't get home. That was a 26 hour round trip to the vet. What am I doing? Why am I just put that there? Indecisive about what corner this is going to go in. I wanted the payday ones to go next to the bill dues if possible, but I think it's gonna cover. I don't think I sized them great. Yeah, I mean, like they're okay. Oh, but you know what? I could put it next to it and it wouldn't take up as much of the, there. That's better. Oh, look, I did it there. Oh, sometimes I'm smart. So yeah, so that was the 27th. We are now the 10th. Tomorrow we go and have her stitches out. She's recovering beautifully. She's obviously had some pain. She's going to continue to have a little bit of pain because there's such a thing as wind-up pain, which is like nerve pain that, like, because the nerves around her eye have been so inflamed for so long, they don't like go down immediately. So it'll be a while before she's like fully out of pain, but she is doing already like so much better than she was. And it is a huge, huge relief. So that's what's been happening. So all of that to say, I was supposed to go to Texas. I was supposed to go to the US that night, fly to Texas that morning, and come home, I think Tuesday. We were already discussing whether or not that needed to be postponed with all of the Tinky stuff. And then on the 2nd of December, there's a sticker here for it. I'm just trying to, I think this is crooked, but I don't know that I'll be able to fix it. I picked my mom up at the airport on she was coming home from a trip to Egypt. And so we were in the car together for an hour. Oh no, first of all, I got sick the second Tink and I got back from the vet. Like literally, the surgery was this day, we got home this day. I think this day I got sick. And I was already feeling a little bit better by the time I picked my mom up. But I wore a mask on the way home to avoid getting her sick. And the next morning she tested positive for COVID. So we were already discussing postponing the trip before this, especially once I got sick. And then when this happened, we just thought, you know what, now is not the time. The universe is telling me it is not the time for me to go to Texas right now. So unfortunately, I am here and not in Texas, but it is, I think, very much for the best. And, nothing, like, by the time it came time that I would have been going last week, or earlier this week, I think I could have gone. But you know how it goes. Like, that's just your brain tricking you into thinking that everything would be fine. And if I had gone, like, Tink's eye would be, or her incision would be infected, I would be very sick and would have caught COVID from my mom. And my mom would probably be in the hospital with pneumonia caused by COVID. And her power of attorney would be in Texas. So that is that. All right, I have not talked at all about any of my plans for the month except for referencing random days. I am putting down some church stuff because I'm each year my church, which admittedly I do not go to, I don't go very regularly anymore, but I was there just before here. And a friend was talking about that they were needing some people to read scripture at the Christmas services, and I've done that a bunch of times and I like it. So, oh no, I did what I knew. Just on the wrong day. I knew I was going to do that. I put them in the wrong order on the sheet. That's why. Yes, I've done that a bunch of times and I like doing it, so I volunteered to do it. So the 23rd and 24th I will be, well, the 24th I will be at church probably most of the afternoon because there are 2 services, and the 23rd there's one in the evening. So there is that. New Year's Eve. Let's pop that there. Look how cute this is, you guys. I kind of love this. Okay, I'm gonna pop this. I think is gonna be like here in the morning. It'll either be the 23rd in the evening or the 24th in the morning that Chloe will be here. And then, so that's all I have on here, but I also did make these stickers here that say Texas closed, which I obviously don't mean the entire state of Texas, although kind of, because it's Texas holidays that I'm marking, that our office is closed, and because I'm not like a full-time employee, so I can work those days, but it's good for me to know when like nobody else is going to be there, basically. So Christmas Day is pretty obvious, so I probably won't mark that one, although yeah, I'll leave that one because we will have some Christmas Day plans to pop in at some point, but I think that I will, maybe I'll just put this one. I don't want to take up the whole day with that. I think I'm just going to pop it here. That's not good. I don't think that's, I don't love that. As I'm saying, that's not going to bother me. No, I don't like it. Well, you know what? We rarely have plans on Boxing Day because it's the busiest day of one of the busiest days of the year for my husband. So at work. So he works from dawn till dusk. And he will also be working New Year's Eve, which is fine because we are in bed before midnight people. So that is a-okay. I think it's this day, and then January 1st, obviously. But yeah, I just printed these on white because I thought it might be easier. Then I don't have to coordinate them with the kit each month. And also, if I needed extra functionals, I would be pulling them in from white ones anyway. But I think the white actually looks really nice on this creamy paper. Okay, I think that that's all that I have to mark for now. I am kind of obsessed with this. I really, really like it. Like really, really. And I want to plan January like right now. Wait till you see the January kit. It's adorable. Yeah, I like this a lot. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I swear, I think it's been nearly 40 minutes, maybe not quite. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss future content. Go update yourself on everything shop related on Instagram. There's a couple announcements, or in the Facebook group. And I will see you all again soon. Bye, friends.